Hi guys, Cassie and Chloe here again. Very glad to be here to talk about more about entering the Chinese market. So the last time we've covered some basic topics and information about entering the Chinese market, and today we're here to explore a little bit more. So how about we start with the difference between the Western market and the Chinese market? Because obviously these two markets are very, very different from each other. So Chloe, what would you say would be the major difference?
Yeah, I find that Chinese consumers are more heavily relying on online presence, the online research and information. Here in Europe, there's still a lot of people shopping offline. And I think in China, the online e-commerce sells more than the offlines, especially in the younger generation.
All right. Yeah, definitely. So, and do you see differences in other spectrum like bureaucracy and
Yeah, for sure. If you start a business in another country, everything is new to you. You have to find a local team to help you to build up your, for example, trademarks, take care
yeah,
of your tax, and take care of your bureaucracies, documents. And it could be a lot of difficult small tasks. It's better to not mess up with these kind of things.
yeah, definitely. I guess will definitely be very beneficial to have a local team there to help with every aspect.
Yeah.
So, what would you say is the major difference on the social media marketing then?
Yeah, we have in China, people use different social media platforms, and it's big. I think that in China, if you go on the street, you see 70% of people are looking at their phone, no
Exactly.
matter it's looking for the location or talking or, just check their social media. But in Europe, it's not as intense as there.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I would say that Chinese consumers are relying more on the social media as the influencers' opinions. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I would definitely agree. As you said, Chinese consumers are really research based. Even I personally, if I want to buy something, I automatically go online and search all the information I can find about this products, the reviews,
Yeah.
the ingredients.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, for the Western market, and people would probably still go offline and check it out.
Yeah. And you need to set up some local marketing, and you cannot directly use your campaign in your home country and use it in China. People are more willing to see the local tailored campaign instead of the directly moving the campaign to
Yeah,
China.
definitely. Talking about which, actually, there were some cases that when a foreign brand entered China, and if they didn't know the culture that well, they kind of just created certain mistakes or circumstances for themselves. Do you have example for this?
Oh yeah, like 2 years ago when Dawson Gabbana entered China. I mean, I don't know where they produce the campaign, but they need some local people to look at it, really look at the footages to think about how does it fit into Chinese market. And a lot of people find it offensive. And when you make the campaign, you really need to fit with the local trend and local culture, and it ended up very bad because the whole brand leave China market, and
Mhm.
it's a big loss.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Definitely remember that was a very classic case. And talking about which, we actually have a few good cases as well. So, for example, a brand that we work with is the top selling Manuka honey. A brand is called Manuka Doctor, and Expand Asia definitely helped it to adapt to the Chinese market really well. Can you elaborate a little bit about how we achieved that?
Yeah, when Manuka Doctor is selling their products on Tmall, the campaign is nothing fancy. It's just a 360 degrees of showing the products, and they have the local KOL introducing the products, and they have some also blogs about the benefits of the Manuka honey, so that people read it and think that this is a healthy products to use. And there are several different channels. They can go market on blogs, and they can make make short videos about it. And yeah, and their bestseller sells more than 1,000 units per month, and it's definitely a good case that we can look at it.
So actually, sometimes you don't really need a lot of fancy stuff. Sometimes you don't even need to go over the line that much. You just need to localize your content and then make it appealing to the local audience, and then you can achieve the success there.
Yeah.
Definitely. So actually, when brands are entering China, they're looking at basically two options. The one is to work with a distributor who would purchase their stocks, and the other one is to work with a local partner who will basically be their extended branch there in China. And there's huge differences between these two, obviously. And most brands would probably prefer that a distributor could just purchase their stock to reduce the risks. But I would say there's actually a lot of benefits to work with a partner. And what's your take on this?
A lot of distributors find that after they trade one time, the distributor stop buying it. That's because the distributor doesn't necessarily providing the marketing support. They don't really have this. For example, if you sell something anywhere, you need to make people to notice in your brand first. And if people don't know your brand, how could they want to buy it? So it's tricky. When distributor buy it one time, you feel like this might be easier for everyone, but then it's not, because 94% of the distributors stop working with the brand after the one-time purchasing. That's how important you need to build a brand. So yeah. And also there's a lot of benefits to work with the agency, because they solve a lot of headache problems. Not only the bureaucracies, import tax, all of that. We also have warehouse there. We also have the partnership with the KOL and influencer agencies.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I guess we would say if a brand wants to build a long-term success and brand presence in China, definitely working with a partner would be a better choice than just having some sales number for a short period of time and having that short-term success. Yeah, definitely. So that will be our topics for today, and I hope you guys have got some taken away from our conversation, and we'll definitely cover some more topics in our next talks. Thank you so much.
Thank you. See you next time.